Hello and welcome back to Queen's Wish 2. We are at day 7. We just got the fort Precipice and now we will move to the west and probably get the next castle. We are still missing 6 experience points for a level up, so yeah, we will probably get that along the way. But unfortunately, we will first do a lot of talking again, I guess, before we then move on to more like combat-heavy gameplay. But it's probably the best thing to get these forts right away because they are producing. And yeah, if you want to be quick with setting everything up, and I think there is probably an achievement again. I didn't check. Let me quickly have a look. There's probably an achievement you get for doing everything. Yeah, there it is. Answer the final challenge and return home in fewer than 100 days. Normal difficulty or higher. And yeah, we are at day 7 already. And this, I mean, this is just for the achievement, but also kind of an incentive to be effective, because otherwise you could, in theory, just like skip and travel back and forth and you would get unlimited amount of resources. So either you play with this like time limitation in mind, or all the base management is basically pointless. So it's not a great system. Alright, so oh, what's that? Let's have a quick look. You have found a sporting arena. It is a field of gravel with 4 stone pillars in the corners. The Rokai have been playing some sort of game here for a very long time. 2 teams of 4 are here right now. When you came into view, they were running around and shouting. As soon as they see you, they stop and stare. Watch them play. You wait for them to start playing again. They do not. They just stare at you. Approach them. When you get close, one of them walks off. The other waits for you. They are dressed in rough leather tunics. On the ground in front of them, you see a crude leather ball made of uncured cowskin. The leader of the other team says, You are Haven. They say your father was one of our kind. Are you of Haven or us? Play the game. What is the game called? Has many names. It's an old game. Today it is just called Pillars. How do you play? The players laugh. That is not question, Ro asks. That is Haven question. Ro know this game. You want to play? Play. I will play. Yes, brave Haven, come into the field, come and play. You set aside your weapons and more metallic pieces of armor and join them in the fields. They kindly hand you the cowskin ball. It feels like it's full of rocks. Ready? Play the game. In an instant, the 4 row rush towards you, howling with fury. In a moment, with a long practice motion, they knock the ball out of your hands. Try to get the ball. As you reach for the ball, the players leap on you and start punching you. You played many sports back in Haven, but you are completely unprepared for this strategy. They knock you to the ground and throw mud in your eyes. You manage to get to your feet and clear your vision. When you're standing, however, you find that the other team is cheering. Whatever happened while you were blinded, you lost. The players grant you a brief bow. Your game is foolish and savage. Bow back. Despite themselves, the players appreciate your playing the game and showing respect. You even get a brief hint of a smile. They march off into the wilds, leaving you alone in the field. Can we play again? Ah no, they are gone. Okay, what happens if we select to play again? Watch them play, approach. What is the game? How do I play? I will play the game, try to get the ball. Let's play again. This earns a laugh from the other players. No, enough pillars. It is a game to be played fiercely, but not often. They smile once more and walk off into the wilds. Okay, so let's just play a normal round then. I'm wondering what happens if we have 3 row, but probably nothing different. Go back, and it probably changed the reputation. At first you think this clump of warriors is wandering the waste looking for raiders. They look like soldiers, though it's a bit warm for them to be wearing those helmets. When you get close, they begin screeching incoherently. Then they rip off their helmets, revealing the faces of K-wolves. They mindlessly charge. Alright, yeah, we can do that. Oh, these are flingers, so they will have ranged attacks. Which also means that we should probably do AoEs. Yeah, that's to be expected, but now we need to push that one back. Stunning shot. Yeah. That's alright. Let's push this one back further. Battle magic. We can do another one, but we could also just attack someone. Ah, no, let's do another here. Because this AoE attack is basically the strongest attack we have. Okay, I mean, this is a new character, right? So we need to set the attacks there. Let's use the stun for now. Nice damage. Alright. Forward. And we can hit... Yeah, let's do it this way. Evade, nice. Alright, now of course we can't push them back. I will try this, but this might of course also be very deadly. Another AoE. No, not that one. I will try this. Clang. I think that's a new sound effect. Don't remember hearing that before. Whoa. Okay, so we got a level up. The K-wolves were wearing tattered clothing and armor looted from battlefields and fallen soldiers. You find some coins in the pockets. Alright, so let's go further to the west now. And yeah, I guess this is the way we need to go. The grass along this pathway is rich and lush and tall. Leafy trees become more common. The air is warm and fresh, and yet you can't enjoy the beauty. The deeper into this woods you get, the more you feel you are being watched. You are entering the Kordanor's Woods, one of the 4 provinces of the Rukai, home of iron mines, stern druids, and unpredictable magic infusing the land. The Kordanor's Woods, and we are just... The narrow valley opens into a vast, dense forest. The trees are old and a bright, vivid green. They tower above you, pressing in on you. The forest feels alive and awake in a way you haven't experienced since Sacramentum. Every step you take, you feel you are being watched. There's energy here, constant, faint, and hostile. Most travelers would be bothered by it. It's nothing you haven't experienced before. It certainly doesn't affect you. This is the Kordanor's Woods, one of the 4 provinces of the Rukai. There is a guard post not far to the west, doubtless here to watch for raiders from other parts of the row. Yeah, let's quickly rearrange the skills here, so just that they are the same on both characters, so that I don't get confused. And that's this one. Alright. There's a large band of fierce Kordanor's warriors guarding the entrance to their province. Some wait in the watchtowers, others guard the road. All of them watch alertly for raiders from the Lodaga, their most frequent attacker. They move to block your path, weapons in hand, until they realize who you are. Then they sheath their weapons and are far more polite. Their leader says, "Welcome, envoy of Haven. We knew you were coming. Are you allowed to be here? Have you received permission to travel the pilgrimage road? I am Prince of Haven. I go where I want to. I receive permission from Raza Elha." The warriors nod. "Then we welcome you to the Kordanor's Woods. It is an honor to host Havenites. Did you detect a slight hint of derision? Before you go, you may rest by our fire. Tell me about the Kordanor's Woods." "Our forest is our home and our protector. We don't burn any wood that is not given, and we earn our livings digging under the earth, where the trees are not bothered. Help me find my way around. Haven's fort, Fort Grove 2, is not far from here. Sillin, the largest city nearby, is across the river to the west. You may enter the north half of the Kordanor's Woods through the Raska Pass to the northwest. Our Raza is in Sillin. You will be welcomed there. Any recent events I should know about?" "Only your arrival. We know that the Lodaga sent raiders after you. It is their way. They raid everybody. Things have been quiet here. Haven has looked after us well." Something about his tone of voice sets your nerves on edge. "This forest seems strange to me." "Yes, it is alive, like we are alive. The sacred groves are its mind and its heart. You may visit them. Haven may go anywhere. Goodbye." The guards give you a polite distant farewell. Alright. Let's activate our base. We might need to go to the city first. This doesn't... okay, there. You meet a band of Havenite soldiers camped outside the fortress. They knew you were here, of course, but the reality of having actual royalty in front of them comes as quite a shock. You note the poor quality of their equipment and the raggedness of their formations. They prepared for your arrival as best as they could, but they are a disappointing crew. They tell you that the chief of Fort Grove 2 is waiting for you in the main hall inside the fort. Alright, and... what about these guys? Oh, you are close to a fortress on the east side of the river. Unlike the cities of the Rukai, it has walls. Heavy wood battlements ready to repel whatever stray groups of raiders come to bother you. This is a Fort of Haven. It is in poor repair, and the camps outside are notably short on soldiers. It is waiting to be reclaimed and restored. Hopefully, the soldiers inside are ready for you. Okay. New enter Fort Grove 2, Haven's southern fort in the Kordanor woods. You are now standing on Havenite soil. Haven officially owns all lands in its forts. Rest on. The walls are intact and guards watch the entrances. People of Kordanor wander about. Here to trade, petition Haven for aid, and so on. So outsiders are seeing Fort Grove 2 in its current state, which is embarrassing. Most of the buildings have been abandoned, the walls are neglected, most of the fort is dusty and hollow. It's almost like all of the facilities were stripped out and sold. It will take a lot of work to make this place a suitable refuge. This fort is now under your control. You have access to its resources and you can rebuild its buildings and shops. Also, you can now recruit Kordanor Woods warriors in the edit party window. And I guess we can do that right away. Edit party. So we are creating a new character. Yeah, that's the Kordanor Woods. I don't know yet what this character is. Well, it's some healer. Let's just create... yeah, okay. The smile just looks extremely weird on them, like on this guy as well. Alright, hairstyle. What's extra details in this case? I mean, either way, she's going to be a mage, I guess. So let's, or cleric or whatever. Maggie with a jump keyboard. So Maggie. Do you write Maggie with an A? Well, in any case, that is Maggie. We can still edit the name if we really want to, but let's just remove her for now, and yeah, and now we will have a look at what she can do. Ensnaring vines. Vines reach out of the ground, grabbing your foes. Does physical damage to and ensnares all nearby. I'm not sure what nearby means, but this isn't too bad, I guess. Life drain. Your next single target attack will heal you 30% of the damage done. The rope protects. Passive ability always active. All heals and cures received by this character and all allies within 2 spaces are improved by 10% per point. Well, that's quite good. So we might actually want to replace both of the characters with that, I guess. I mean, these vines might not be that great. Your next single target attack will heal you 30% of the damage done. Okay, let's make her into the mage. I'm not quite sure what we had. We definitely had the healing. And what was that? Batman passive ability always active, gives you heals and blasts 35% chance of not costing action points. Okay. Now let's further go into the healing. Passive ability always active, with a lot of action cost, increase magical damage by 2 per point. I mean, this is the base. No, this is not the base attack. This is just a single target thing. All afflictions you cause increase magical damage. I guess that's not bad. We definitely need this. This is the strongest cast we have. Passive ability always active. What was that? Gain your ability summons a skeleton to fight for you at a space you select. That's also pretty good. It inflicts magical damage and poison in a circular area. Slows enemies, always active. Increase their maximum energy by 1 per 5 character levels. Yeah, let's do it like this. Then we still haven't taken any of these. And this would probably be the same here. Now we have like, yeah, we have 1 point to spend. Healing wave heals all allies. Yeah, we still don't have enough points to use the cultural stuff. So I will stick to the other thing. Yeah, the healing wave is too good to not take it. Alright. I mean, here we could take something else. Your next single target attack poisons everyone near the target. Each turn gives a 10% chance for all foes within 2 spaces to be slowed. Fire darts in a cone-shaped area doing physical damage and causing bleeding. That sounds pretty good. We could also unlock this if we wanted. Knockback. Yeah, it's probably not that great. Your next attack with a weapon, melee or missile is in a cunning feint. You will be fast and do more damage for several turns. Yeah, but this is only giving you a buff. It's probably not really worth it. I'm not sure. Let's see and what we have here. Charges a foe, strikes it and stuns it. That sounds nice, but the way I have to play is to always stay back, so that's not super useful. A bludgeon senseless. Gain your ability or next attack with your weapon, melee or missile will slow, weaken and confuse your foe. Not sure. Terrifies all enemies near you, causing them to flee. And of course this one is very unreliable. So I should probably focus on the lower ones. I'm using the stun a lot. So your next single target attack poisons everyone near the target, and this one is also great. Let's use that first. And with this character we have the leader stuff. Provides a damage bonus to all allies within 4 tiles. The higher your level, the higher the bonus. Yeah. Gain your ability of powerful heals and cures all allies within 6 spaces. Powerful haste within blesses all allies within spaces for 5 turns. It's also good. But as well as with the other character, we need to increase our stuns, probably. I mean, these are active abilities we need to use. So I'm using the stun for now. Alright. Let's go into the guard tower. Of course there isn't anything, but let's just uncover it. Alright. Great. And let's go back again. Back! Haven Soldier. This used to be an imposing meeting hall here to impress and intimidate the local row. Now it is a jumbled warehouse. Everything is thoroughly disorganized. Enough so that you have suspicions. In this chaos it would be easy for a corrupt official to divert goods, sell them and pocket the money. When your mission is done, officials are going to have to come out here to clean house. For now, you have far more important things to worry about. Oh, there's a chest. Find mud, we can't. This is our house, why can't we take it? Hermina! There's an old Havenite woman in this warehouse. She is moving among the piles of equipment and building supplies, making notes on a clipboard. She's in a cheery mood. Every time she checks something off, she lets out a little whistle. She turns to you and bows deeply as expected. She clearly expected you. Welcome, Prince. If you're looking for the chief of the fort, she's through here. She points at the door to the west. I'm Hermina, but a humbled quartermaster. What do you do here? Haven depends on organization, contracts, records, and, most importantly, the proper delivery and distribution of food and equipment. A starving army is simply no good. I take stock of everything delivered to Fort Grove 2 and make sure it gets to where it should go. Such as all the stuff in this hall? Yes, all this lumber and tar and such has come to me. It will determine where it should all go and send it there. This fort seems short on supplies. She grows nervous. Yes, well, it has been difficult to get everything we need out here in the wilderness. Things come to our warehouse and then they disappear. Stolen. So the Rokai steal our supplies. Yes, definitely. They sneak into the fort and steal. Now she's very nervous. You detect dishonesty. Plus, even the rogue couldn't sneak a ton of lumber out of Havenite fort, no matter how poorly stuffed. Things disappear. It's a part of life in a hostile wilderness. Maybe I should investigate the situation thoroughly. But you are so busy, so much to do, so much diplomacy, just to find out what happened to a few bags like this one. She reaches under some barrels and pulls out a large leather sack. When she shakes it, you can hear the coins jingle inside. I know that you have been denied proper supplies. As prince, you can easily help yourself to this bag. I have refused your bribe and I will have you punished for this. Yeah. Hermina sighs. You're right. I should be punished. I will make sure to confess to Governor Yvette and receive the fate I deserve. She hides the bag again. What is the situation in the Kronos woods? I'm afraid I don't know. I never leave this fort if at all possible. From what I hear, the trees started attacking people a few months ago. I want to purchase equipment. How did you get this job? She gives a wicked smile. I've been here for years. Governor Yvette saw a unique quality in me. And what unique quality did Governor Yvette see? She laughs. I am her cousin. Actually, I'm one of quite a few cousins, so it's not a unique quality at all, I'm afraid. I have another question. Hermina reacts to your presence with proper deference. She stops her work and stands at attention, eager to answer any question. I want to purchase equipment. I'm glad the fort aches for its stores to be rebuilt. Then we will have merchants to tax. Okay. What do you do here? This what's in. Okay, we all had all that already. How did you get this job? We had that already. Okay, nothing more. The forest is changing. Let's talk to her in a bit. The Kronos forest. I'm not sure if we read that already. I don't think so, but yeah. The Kronos is a dense ancient forest in the valleys of the Western Row. The woods there are full of powerful raw nature magic, walking trees, sprites and other spirits. Paths that change their course unpredictably, choking fogs that can appear and may fade in an instant. The woods folk of the Kronos are distinct from the other row in that they are dedicated to living with nature, not defeating it. Unlike the other lands of the Rokai, the Kronos try to maintain a balance in knowing, in working, and their deep truth. None of these forces is allowed to have more weight than the other. The wood of Kronos trees is durable, beautiful, and easily worked. There are plentiful deposits of ancient amber prized in magical crafts. Thus, Haven has done its best to extract as much wealth from this place as possible without disrupting the delicate living magic that exists here. The centers of this nature magic were a handful of groves populated with intelligent trees. Some of these groves have died. A few remain, but they grow angry and restless. Ah, medal earned. Budding Sage. So apparently we did not read that yet. And this is probably also... Yeah. The mirror starts to sparkle when you pass by someone far away strongly wishes to speak to you. I use the mirror to talk to Haven when it is sparkling, someone is trying to contact you. Let's do that then. When you approach the mirror, it fills with fog, which then resolves into a vague outline of Sutter's face. It is still and silent for a minute. Then at last he speaks. He sounds distracted. Prince, you are there? I'm told you have entered the Kordanor's woods. That is correct. Yes, good. You are progressing. There's a long pause. Sutter? Ah, yes, indeed. I must consider. You recognize the sort of stalling. It is what Sutter does when he is having notes brought to him and stalling for time, but he wants to sound smart and thoughtful. Yes, Kordanor's woods, a source of lumber, of course. Iron also, some of it very high quality, and amber. Quite valuable. And, that region is marked as having troublesome spirituality. You are reading that off someone else's notes, aren't you? He sounds irritated. Of course. You think I've memorized every obscure corner of every province of every vassal of our empire? Don't be foolish. Tell me about the wood. Oh, lumber. Always useful. Some of the Kordanor's lumber is from ancient trees. Lovely and valuable, but not truly exceptional. Of course, the woodcutters have to be very careful what they cut. If they take the sacred tree, their lives will be forfeit. They produce quality iron? Yes, it is not surprising if you think about it. Digging into the mountains gives them a way to earn livings without interfering with the trees. Amber? Ancient amber, pure and full of bits of free-floating magical debris, can be used to make all sorts of useful things. This makes the region valuable to Haven and worthy of attention. Troublesome spirituality? Oh yes, all of our vassals have their own odd faiths. Many lands are infused with magic, like the Ariel of Sacramentum. In this place, the Kordanor's woods host the standard to wood spirits, and the locals worship them. Haven needs to respect the faiths of our vassals, otherwise we get rebellious. We just can't let this prevent them from paying what they owe. I have advice. Paying us what they owe? The role, like all our vassals, have a treaty with us. Our empire protects them and they owe us tribute in return. These contracts must be enforced or our empire is useless. Standard wood spirits? Oh yes, walking trees, dryads, talking mushrooms. They're always different, but the pattern is the same. Wherever they are, they don't like us chopping down the trees and taking their amber, but they will tolerate a slow drain. It's a delicate balance. What's your advice? Don't eat any talking mushrooms, Sutter laughs. Joking, sort of. Maybe, my guess is the Kordanor's woods is full of angry nature spirits and angry nature worshippers. They will need to be disciplined. Has to be done occasionally. Do that and check in to make sure the governor is under control. Should be quick work and you might be able to turn a profit. And if the governor is incompetent, well, half of the governors are below average. As long as you can prevent a rebellion, it doesn't matter. Removing governors makes us look weak and overly submissive to our vassals. Oh, have to go. Enjoy your vacation. I hear the trees are very pretty. His face fades away. Alright, and there's something else. But this thing is still flickering. Ah, when you approach the mirror, its surface fills with sparkling silver fog. You hear Delia's voice. Prince Kordanor? Are you here, aren't you? You hear the slapping the mirror. Yes, you are there. You have been to the Lodaga. It is our father's homeland. It is in your blood. What do you think of it? It's very moving. It's a beautiful land. I feel closer to my ancestors. I would rather be anywhere than here. I feel closer to my ancestors. You go on at length about how moved you are the Lodaga. What? The fierce warriors, the proud traditions. She isn't really paying attention. Yes, I wish I could see it, but Governor Artu, our eyes and hands there, have you met him? I met Governor Artu. Don't you want to talk for a bit? Delia lets out a sad sigh. Yes, yes, I do. Like the old days. Those times will come again. For now, we have to work, and quickly. I met Governor Arto. Good. I'm sure you've seen him, and you've evaluated the situation in the Lodaga. What is your opinion? He is competent and has the situation under control. He's a terrible governor. Everything is falling apart. I applaud your accurate evaluation, although seeing what is before your eyes can't have been much of a challenge. Raiders and beasts are overrunning the hills, and he has lost control of the situation. And what, in your questionable opinion, needs to be done? He needs to be replaced. Yes, he needs to be transferred quickly to a place where he can do no harm, somewhere miserable. We need to make an example of him. However, we can't do it yet. Take note of this. You will need to tell Miranda that he can stay. Why? Because we don't have good replacement for him yet. Governor positions are very valuable. They mean wealth and influence for the families who run them. We need to find a noble who can do the job and who we need to buy off. This takes time. So we say he stays for a short time. Remember that when Miranda asks for your judgment. I think he's too incompetent to be tolerated a moment longer. Can I take his place? Delia laughs. Oh, my unpredictable brother. I did not predict that the stark hills of the Lodaga would call to you so strongly. Still, absolutely not. That position is utterly below a Prince of Haven. Is there no Havenite here who can take his place? No. As I said, it is a very delicate sort of decision. It's my job to make it in a way that gets maximum advantage for our family. Can one of the row replace him? No, they will offer, I'm sure, but the Queen never allows citizens of our vassals to become governors outside of a valuable part of our empire, but we can never trust them with that much power. I'm sure the row will offer governors plenty. Ignore their honeyed words. Such decision would greatly displease Mother. I think he's too incompetent to be tolerated a moment longer. He is terrible, but you are there. You have time and power. You can improve the situation enough that Arto can be tolerated for a short time. Don't worry, we will make him pay for wasting your time. What should be done then? Talk to Raza Lavita. You will be asked, no doubt, to kill a bunch of raiders. Kill a bunch of raiders, claim victory, move on. I will take care of the diplomacy after. And now, I think we have a few minutes to talk of lighter things. I wanted to tell you about... What? A report from where? Oh no, those fools, I will... The mist fades, the mirror is quiet. Alright, and it's flickering again. There's the Mother Queen. When you approach the mirror, you hear your mother's voice through it. Kordanor, Kordanor, hello, are you here? It's the Queen, hello. The speaking mirrors were only created by Haven's wizards recently, and she has never been terribly comfortable with them. You announce your presence. Ah, my child, I have learned that you are exploring the Rukai. You have inspected the second one of our forts there. Actually, we are now at our third. How does she sound? Pretty normal, actually, but it's hard to pick up subtle details through the crackle and static of the magic mirror. I have a report about the fort. That is true, Mother. And how are you? Don't worry about that. I wanted to speak with you about the Rukai, now that you are properly exploring it. There's one thing I want you to know. And what is that? Your mother's voice grows clearer and stronger for a moment, reminding you with a startle how it used to be not that long ago. Remember, Prince Kordanor, that you are a child of the Row. Your father was Row, and the blood flows in your veins. They will try to shame you and make you feel weak, but it is your land. It is so clear in you. Is it really that clear? I see some of your father's face every time I look at you. They will see it too, and it will scare them. They will pretend it's not there, but it is. This is my land that gives me the right to master it. But what does that really mean? There's a long pause. Nothing, I suppose, except in your heart. They're still a vassal of Haven. They signed the contract with us, and it must be enforced whether your father was from there or not. Now you will make sure they live up to it. Then you may come home. I will make this place my own. I would like to know more about how you are. How am I? I am the Queen. I'm the ruler of Haven. I believe in you. Complete your mission. Make the reports to Miranda. Then that is all. I must go. The mirror is silent. And it's still flickering. So the next dialogue. When you approach the mirror, it fills with mist. Then you hear Queen Sharon's voice. It's a soft and wavering, but that might just be because it's being carried from many miles away. Kordanor, is that you? I know you have been exploring, climbing into the Rukai. Are you well? The Queen snorts. You're considering treating me like an invalid? I will not tolerate it. I'm always better than fine. I'm really very busy, mother. Yes, I have been exploring. I am glad. I did not expect you to be trapped in the row. I did not realize so much needed to be done. Still, perhaps it is blessing in disguise. I want you to see your father's homeland. I hope it seems familiar. Familiar? You have been there, but you were very small. You were but 3. All 5 of us went there when you were small. Me, Damal, and the 3 of you. We spent 2 months journeying through that wild land. Why did you bring me here? Officially, it was a diplomatic mission. None were fooled, of course. It was a chance for Damal to see his homeland home, and for us to all to travel together. Such chances are rare. Her voice is soft and distant. She is remembering that happy journey from long ago. Father came with us? Of course, he traveled with me on all of my diplomatic missions, she laughs. Oh, to see him, such a proud warrior, dealing with 1,000 flocks of decadent nobles. We had such laughs afterwards. I dimly remember it. I am glad. You were so young, but I thought you would still recall a few things. The riding, the glorious peaks. Where did we go? Through the coast, the Kranas woods. We made an offering to the trees there. The Low Daga, that is where your father was from. We did not go to the High Letha. It is best for Heavenites to not go there unless it is necessary. What did we do? Riding, hunting, hiking. We tried to put some of the toughness of the row into you. You ran wild with the children there. Your brother got into more than a few fights. The row children refused to let him win. That is nice, mother, but I really need to get back to work. How did father like the trip? So much. He was never so alive as he was when in the mountains of the Rokai. It was a special time. Delia and Sata only had that one chance to see him in his element. He died only 3 years later. How did he die? Hunting. He loved to hunt, had a passion for it. He refused to be kept from it. He said it showed our strength. Then a huge scorpion got a lucky sting through his armor. There was nothing suspicious about his death? Nope, it was just ill fortune. I promise, if I suspected any foul play, I would have scorched the earth to find the killers. Do you have any guidance for me? There's a long pause. Then the Queen speaks again. She seems distant. No guidance. That is what Sata is for. When he talks to you, listen to what he says. Thank you for the information. I should be going. I'd like to know more. I know, but that is enough for now. I have things to do. I only wanted a moment. There's so many tasks to do. So many things on my list. Fight well. The mist fades. And of course, it's still glimmering and we still have more dialogues. Yeah, it's probably because we went into a new city, got a new fort, and now we get just another new fort, and maybe this Tower of Erudico is also triggering anything. Anyways, here's our sister again. When you approach the mirror, you hear Delia's voice. Normally she's clearly and reassuring, even cheery and reassuring, even when she's mad at you. Today she's unusually caught. Kordanor? Yes, this is Delia. Mother wanted to check in on you every time you reclaim a new fort. She's unavailable. I will do it. Let's make this quick. Mother's unavailable? Why? She's the queen. She has important jobs. She's entirely well. Let's conclude our business. Is something wrong? Everything is fine. Do you want to report about the fort? Are you calling me home? I wish, but the work is not done. Mother is right about one thing. The Rokai has misbehaved greatly and they can't be left alone after the attempt on your life. You must finish investigating and report to General Miranda, hopefully quickly. I'm already tired of the row. You don't care about them? No more than any of our for any other vassal. Mother keeps saying I have their blood. They are part of me, and so on and so on. But it's not my home. I've barely been there. Maybe I should feel something, but I don't. How do you feel about it? I'm told that part of me belongs here, but I don't feel it. I feel like I've found a new home. They are strange people. I want to learn more. You know something? I can understand it. Maybe if I visited, I would feel more. I just don't have time. Mother's list consumes my life. Or maybe nothing would change. Remember, you've only been there once, when all 5 of us visited the row before father died. What do you remember about that trip? She manages to laugh. You were but a baby, but I was old enough to make memories. I remember bloody beef, shouting warriors, some sport where they punch each other, beautiful mountains and cold swimming. I didn't like it. Someday I'd like to bring you back here. Maybe. I would like to travel with you. Maybe together. We can find some wonder there, but only after it has been pacified. I have your report. 3 thoughts. My obligation to Mother is done. We will speak soon. Her voice fades. And it's still glowing. At first the mirror seems active, as if someone wants to talk to you. When you approach it, however, it acts strangely. Random flashes of light play across its surface. You hear a loud hissing. Nothing else happens. Hello? There's no response at first, then the hiss starts to grow quieter. You think you can hear the beginnings of words resolving out of the chaos. Finally, you make out a few words. The speech comes out in a barely comprehensible hiss. You can't tell anything about the speaker. Male, female, young, old, Heavenite, Row, you aren't sure. Finally, after several tries, you hear, "This is Kordanor, Prince Kordanor of Haven?" Yeah, who's asking? You aren't in my family, are you? I am. I'm always one to make new friends. You aren't my family, are you? No, I am Justice. I am Wolf. We must be fast. Mirror is not stable. Wolf? Hiss, the name I use now. I talk to you. The challenge is coming. Hiss, the mirror vibrates slightly in its frame. Why don't you tell me more about yourself? I am true child of the Row. I have forgotten nothing of our old ways. I will bring them back. How are you using Haven's mirrors? You think Row are children. Hit us, forget us. You will see all we have learned. What do you want from me? The challenge is coming. Challenge to Haven. Who torments us? I prepare you. You have wisdom. Are not lost. Do not tell your family about me. Why shouldn't I tell anyone about you? They are tormentors, cruel masters. Their minds are in chains. Only you are free to think. I will let you decide, for... Wolf's words are cut off by a loud hissing. The mirror is shaking more. You have no right to challenge us. I'm eager to meet your challenge. I don't want to be in the Rokai in the first place. Who is this? What's your name? Wolf laughs. It comes out as a nightmarish hissing screech. You will see, not yet. Your only hope is answering the challenge, and then... The hissing grows deafening. You cover your ears with your hands. You hear a loud crack. The sound is gone. Your mirror is intact and undamaged, but Wolf's voice is gone. And finally, we finished the mirror talking. Alright. Okay, so we still have this one more person in the south to talk to, which we will do in a second. You find several beds placed here for honored travelers, as at least nobody sold the blankets and pillows. The beds to the north look clean enough to be tolerable. You can rest here. The rulers of Haven. Haven's ruler is Queen Sharon III. Just ruled over... I think we had that already. Oh, the door is locked and you don't have the key. Okay, let's go south. South, downstairs. And, oh, there's another. Matthias. Also locked. Alright. There's a merchant standing behind this long counter. It's not really a shop, though. It's more of a meeting room where Heavenites can come to trade with the Row. He is a middle-aged man with stylish clothes and impeccably trimmed hair. He gives you an elegant and gorgeous bow. I'm honored beyond words to meet you, Prince. I am Matthias, a trader of Haven. Like all of my trade, I have benefited greatly from the courage and wisdom of your family. If I'm not overstepping my bounds, I would like to give you a small gift, a humble token of our appreciation. You have a gift for me? Of course. He removes a ceramic flask from his pouch. My family contains several skilled alchemists. This potion might be valuable to you in your dangerous travels. Offer me another bribe and I will have you executed. I will accept your gift. I don't see that this should be a bribe. Okay, I will accept your gift. Your pocket the flask, Matthias Smythe. I am honored. So, what are you doing here? I am looking for opportunities for my family. Iron mining in the Rokai can be very profitable. If one engages in the proper diplomacy, Governor Yvette gave me written permission to be here. How did you get the permission? Governor Yvette can be very reasonable and generous to those who provide the proper respect, who know the correct forms and procedures. Tell me about Governor Yvette. She's a clever and cunning governor. She knows how to lavishly reward those who pay the proper respect. She also knows how to punish the disloyal. I have nothing unkind to say about her whatsoever. I have another question. Matthias leans against the counter and chats with you. As he speaks, he idly stacks and shifts around the weights of the scale. His long pale fingers have likely never seen a day of hard work. I require more resources to calm the Rokai. Well, it is interesting that you ask. I have a lot of precious supplies locked away in this fort. I would give them in return for your aid. Near here are 2 sacred groves of the Kordanor's woods, sacred to them. A dangerous annoyance to us. They rest on land full of valuable iron. I would pay you if you could help us extract it. And how are these resources extracted? The magic of the groves must be destroyed. It is not actually difficult. Under the governor's direction, several such groves have already been extracted. If you can neutralize the magic of these 2 groves, Haven will have more wealth. I will make sure that some of it goes to you. Not just iron, not just gold, but precious and rare quicksilver as well. How does the Kordanor's woods feel about us not neutralizing their groves? Our opinions vary. A few druids get angry, of course. Most of the clans here are wise enough to see that it is a small price to pay for the wealth and security Haven brings. I can neutralize a few groves. I'm not sure. I will not do this. Of course, new arrivals are often sentimental in such a way. If experimenting the peculiar ways of the Kordanor's makes you change your mind, I will be here. Okay, so... I can neutralize the 3 groves. A wise choice. I can direct you there. If you can purge the magic there, it will enable us to purchase the land and to put it into use for Haven. Even better, it will help reduce the number of rootlings and other beasts causing troubles in our operations. It will be very good for Haven. And how is a grove neutralized? Happily, this is a topic I've researched. Each grove has a core, a heart, a magic intelligence at the center of it. It is destroyed, the magic of the grove fades. Then it is ordinary land, valuable land. Where's the first grove? It is called Watchfire Grove. It is to the south. Haven has already been there to try to control its magic, with limited success, alas. Where's the second grove? It is called Deep Grove. It is in a valley to the northwest. A mysterious place. We have lost several scouts trying to determine its economic value, for the good of Haven, of course. We have another question. Ebos, I'm honored that you found the time to visit us. And I can say I'm not doing any more damage to the groves. That is your choice, Prince. It might not be wise. Thank you for letting me know. Ah, okay. And so you can decide to not do this. Deep Grove and Watchfire Grove. That's interesting. Okay, so we need to keep that in mind. Before we burn them, even though I don't want to. Maybe we should go there and try to do these zones and then decide what we want to do with them. But that's interesting, and that's kind of hard to keep in mind and not forget. Alright, let's talk to Chief Teresa. The chief of Fort Grove 2 is sitting alone in this hall. She's very young for someone of this rank. That she's here without assistants or guards makes the vigil a lonely one. She rises to her feet and bows deeply. I welcome you, Prince Kordanor. I am Chief Teresa. I have been eager for your arrival. We know that your presence can only improve things. Tell me the current situation. Well, I know Governor Yvette wants the honor of doing the full report. She's in Sillin. She was pretty firm about it. Still, I must answer questions if asked. Are the Kordanor Woods calm? They are tense, but calm. All have heard about the raids in the Gentle Coast. All know someone tried to kill you. All expect, bad things. I'd like to know more about their forest. It's enchanted. I've never served in one before. I've never served much of anywhere, to be honest. The forest is alive. Parts of it can think. It watches us. I can't do anything about it. I just keep our soldiers safe. Lately, though, things have been much worse. We see creatures moving in the woods, travelers are disappearing, the mines are being lost to invaders, plant invaders. How do you keep your troops safe? I tell them to stay on the roads mainly. The trees keep themselves to themselves as long as you have good stone under your feet. How are your soldiers doing? Yes, well, our soldiers are here are properly trained and equipped. Yes, Governor Yvette makes sure they get everything they need, and more, which is good, because they are used so often. Really? Why? Governor Yvette has been a lot more aggressive about using the resources of the Kordanor Woods for the good of Haven, and the local rows sometimes get... Well, the governor asked me not to talk about it. She will give you her report. I have another question. As you speak, Chief Teresa constantly pulls maps and documents off the shelves, rattling off trivia about the economics of the Kordanor Woods. You frequently have to prod her to get to the point. She's young and very nervous. I have inspected this fort. I expected this. She flinches as if expecting a blow. I've done all I can with the resources I have. I'd like to know about how everything decayed this badly. It is difficult to say. There are many factors. I'm under instructions to not speak about it. It is too complicated for me to fully describe it. I can't say more. I'm Prince. This is an order. She starts to gently shake. I can't really say. Resources are delivered not by me. They are orders. I mean, I'm sorry. Prince, I'm under orders from a more powerful official. A more powerful official? I was ordered to not... She quietly gives up. Governor Yvette told me to tell you as little as possible. She's my superior. It was an order. I don't want her to send me to explore the groves. Why haven't you changed things? Because I'm only a chief, and there are people above me, and they want things done a certain way. They want certain things to be done with the resources. I'm all alone out here. I won't violate orders. I hate to admit it, but I am somewhat inexperienced. The soldiers and merchants and officials outwit me no matter what I try to do. What do you want me to do? I would never break the chain of command. I can only tell you what I was ordered to tell you. Go to Sillin and get the full report from Governor Yvette. I'm sure you will be wise enough to know what to do then. I have another question. I have inspected this fort. Let's talk about something else. Okay. I want to help restore the fort. I am glad. This could be a great fort if we had enough resources to properly rebuild it. It has been a chaotic time though. Monster activity has increased lately. These creatures, these rootlings, they lurk in the underbrush waiting for us. This has hurt our production. Haven owns one mine in this region, the Walkwood Mines, and I suppose things are falling apart there too. They are. It is a quality mine, a good source of ore, and it's under my control. Production there was stopped. Some sort of monster situation. I haven't been able to get good information. You see, the workers there are a problem. Why are the workers there a problem? They are criminals, thugs and miscreants from Haven who are paying for their crimes with labor. As you can imagine, they are not hugely cooperative when danger is about. Where are these mines? Take the road to the north. The mines are in the mountains in that sort of direction. What exactly should I do there? According to the vague reports I've been getting, the trees have come to life. They are growing quickly, cutting off their road and keeping the workers out of the mines and barracks. Anyone who tries to cut down the trees is chased off by rootlings. Being able to reach the mine would be a very good start. On the other way, you would be able to reach large reserves of ore we have already dug out. I have another question. Okay, that's it. A new quest. Alright, so... that's it for this fort, I guess, at least for the most part. We still need to run around a bit and maybe build a couple of buildings. I'm not too sure about that though. We only built barracks here and I will probably only build barracks there. Because I don't want to use any quicksilver yet unless we have mines which create quicksilver, because that's something we need to build some of the buildings. I want to keep collecting that first. So next time we will move over to Sullen and we probably will keep talking for quite a bit. So the next episode will also be probably not too exciting with combat, but yeah, that's how it is. But after that we will finally explore more and do more battles. Yeah, I mean the talking here is a bit much. Yes, it's not one city, but it's split up. But I mean, you're kind of supposed to do all these 4 things at the same time. I mean, not that the game forces you to, but it just makes sense. So yeah, that's about that. So new episodes every couple of days. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see how any difficult fights are being fought and whatnot. But for now, yeah, just talking, I guess. Any case, if you want to, then subscribe to this channel. I thank you very much for that. And if you like to, then I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.